Did your healing take place in that one shift? Was it just this moment you heard this voice, you knew everything was gonna be okay, or did you have to go back and do your own inner child healing? And if so, what did that look like?
It absolutely did not happen in that instant. And that's what we need to understand. Just like we have to train our bodies, an
Mhm.
athlete, we do that with our mind too. What happened, the reticular activation the system, the activating system you mentioned, now my brain is looking for ways to feel better about myself.
Mm.
And I was on YouTube, and then we can talk, manifestation starts coming in, right? What you start talking about, what frequencies you start putting out there. I'm looking at YouTube and I come across this famous world renowned uh, hypnotherapist, and she is giving a free session online. And I went to that session, and she took me back to that moment as a child, which is regression work. And she took me back, and I was able to see that little girl and have a conversation with her, the adult me, while I was in trance. And it was just eye opening for me. And I thought, oh my gosh, if I can do this, and if this is a skill that I can learn, how many people out there can be helped? And even after that, I still needed help. I had to read, I had to get coaches. Coaches need coaches,
Yeah.
healers need healers. I had to seek out healers and coaches and people that would come along beside me, because there were times when I didn't believe in myself and I had to borrow someone else's belief. And sometimes we have to do that. And honestly, I'm always honest, but I'm still healing. There's still sometimes things might come up, and I'm like, oh, I know where that trigger came from.
Mm.
Because the first step to healing is awareness. Who's thinking the thought? Is it that 2-year old sitting by the door? Is it that 16-year-old that got dumped? Who is thinking that thought? Where's it coming from? So once become aware of it, and we're able to deal with it, because what we resist persists. Don't push it down. I I feel really bad when I talk to people and they have this guilt. Well, I shouldn't feel this way. I
Mm.
have a good life. I shouldn't I should be happy all the time. And that is just not the case. And so once you're aware of it, you have to bring it up and you have to go to that space and deal with it. Face it. That's the second step to healing.